We got a huge surprise update yesterday in Wanderer of Realms, and low-key, it is fantastic. It's not the biggest update of all time, but this is an update we're getting 1 week after the last update, which was enormous, and this one is still pretty meaty and very significant. There are some amazing things being introduced here. Let's get right into it. I'm not going to cover the hero buffs. I'm going to do that in a separate video tomorrow or Saturday. That's really just because I want to keep this video as close to 15 minutes as possible. If I can do it faster, that would be phenomenal. Otherwise, 15 minutes max. So put some time in the clock. Let's get into it. Actually, I did just finish, and this video will break down the whole update in 12 minutes or less. If you guys enjoy this video and you appreciate what we're doing here on the channel, make sure to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. So you can see there are a lot of hero buffs and hero adjustments, hero changes. I can't wait to break that down, but that's not coming today, baby. We've got to do everything else because there's a lot of new things introduced, a lot of content changes. Let's begin with battle optimizations. So this is probably the biggest thing they added, though I believe there is one bigger thing. So stay tuned for that. Of course, it's hidden in the others section. They always load up so much wackiness into the other section, but my God, there is one thing I'll just tell you right now. Where is it? Let me just find it for you. Here we go. Number 10, we'll come back to that. Number 10 is insane. Number 10 is truly insane. And you can watch the little video, you can stick with me because this is gonna be short and this is gonna be sweet. So let's start in section 2, battle optimizations. They have now added the quick clear feature after the update. So they added the quick clear feature. Now after the update, which already happened yesterday, quick clear will now be available to be used in the following content: campaign, normal, hard, and expert, promotion raids, resource raids, gear raids, artifact material raids, and faction trials. What is a quick clear ticket? This allows you to instantaneously farm a piece of content. So instead of waiting the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes for that content to be farmed, it will instantly get cleared. It is just so convenient. It is just so respectful of players' time. Changes like these, introductions of resources like these, are why so many players have fallen in love with Wanderer of Realms. It's part of the reason why I've dedicated a huge part of my life the past 2.5 years to this game. A lot of games want to keep you in the game as long as possible because it shows retention data. Basically, it's showing player engagement, or at least that's how it's pitched to investors. So games want to find as many ways as possible for you to keep that game open for as long as possible so they can go to Johnny Big Bucks and say, hey, Johnny, the average player is playing for 14 hours a day. And Johnny, instead of going, wow, there's something fundamentally wrong with your game, that is insane, he goes, okay, that means they might spend money every second of those 14 hours a day. Wanderer of Realms just doesn't do that, and this is why this game is so good. You can log in and play for 8 hours. Heck, I've got enough Malric and some other faction trials content that I could spend probably 48 hours straight playing my account, constantly doing stuff. Or you can log in every single day and play for 10 to 15 minutes, for sure. With these quick clear tickets, it becomes even faster. So you instantly can just clear these. There are going to be 10 of these available every single day. You can get them through the daily login quests. It is very, very simple. Let me actually show you that right now. I know it seems like I'm spending a lot of time on this, but I just think it's very important. You can see participate in arena once, that's 5 tickets. Participate in a gear raid once, that's another 5 tickets. So 10 a day for free, and you can stack them up for when you really need them, or you really want to push super high in a gear raid Oracle's trial. Or maybe you want to save them all for the end of a gear raid tournament and just unload them all at once and snipe the person ahead of you. A lot of interesting stuff is going to happen. But this is just very respectful. It's amazing quality of life. There's no other way to put it. So they do say you can obtain them as well through in-game features and events. They don't mention the shop. I would assume they'll eventually sell these. But all in all, 10 free ones a day goes a huge way, right? That's 300 free quick clears a month that you can stack up. They have fixed an issue where gear and artifact data were not saved in autofight records for Void Rift Nightmare boss stages. That is very good, so the autofight should work better in the Nightmare boss stages. Finally, with the battle system changes, the battle optimizations, they have optimized the quick clear logic for Tower of Deception. You can now quick clear the boss and hidden chamber stages after achieving a full star completion of the corresponding stage. So again, very respectful of time. I'm not going to say the other game, but there's another game that I love and play every day and have a whole channel on that has a tower, and you still have to farm every single one of those in-between stages between bosses every single month. Yes, you can run them in the background, but you still have to be running them. That content has to be going. And here you can just quick clear it again. Amazing. They've added something to Guild Wars, and it's only one thing, so I don't have to talk too much about Guild Wars today. That means it's a good day. They have added a winning streak bonus points mechanism. In Guild Wars, achieving a winning streak will grant extra Guild War points. This takes effect from the next season. So starting next season, after this gauntlet is officially wrapped and that season launches, if you go on a win streak, you can rack up more and more points for your guild. This could end up serving as a tiebreaker when matchups are really close, so that's pretty essential. All right, the other section where all the good stuff is always hiding. I'm not gonna make you wait longer. Number 10 is too good. I can't do 9 before I do number 10. This is crazy. They have optimized the generation rules for secondary attributes of certain two-piece gear sets. Give me 30 seconds of your time. I've spent so long talking about this, but this is game-changing. Right now, certain substats cannot show up on a normal piece of gear, whether it's a weapon or a breastplate. They have different restrictions, but TLDR, if that piece is not ancient, variant, or exclusive, certain substats previously were excluded. That exclusive restriction is now gone. So if we look at the breastplate, historically, before this update, you could never get attack speed on a breastplate unless it was ancient, exclusive, or variant. You can see that right here. That is now changed. You can absolutely get attack speed just on normal gear you get from Gear Aid 1, or from doing the gear dungeons, or from the Forge. It is amazing. If we look at weapons, historically you could not get crit damage unless it was ancient, variant, or exclusive. That is also gone. Finally, rage regen was not possible on either. It could only be found on ancient, exclusive, and variant for both weapons and breastplates. That is out the window. So normal gear can now get any substat besides the main stat, right? Weapons still can't get flat attack because that's the main stat. Breastplates cannot get flat HP because that's the main stat, but everything else is possible. I've already seen many examples. This is so powerful, it's insane. I will be coming out with updated gear codes in the next couple days. I think what I'm gonna do is a mini gear code update, if you're cool with that, just to accommodate these rules. And then maybe in 2-3 weeks, we're gonna do a huge overhaul. Don't worry, not much is gonna change. You don't have to wait for the 2 to 3 weeks. I'm mostly just gonna rename and reorganize. Think of it as something close to if someone made code for an app and it worked exactly as you wanted to, but the code was sloppy. My rules are kind of my code. After this update, it's a little sloppy, so I want to make it a little less sloppy. But it's amazing. That is an amazing, amazing change. I hope you guys realize how powerful that is. Also, normal gear is the gear you can recast. So now you're going to get a lot more quads that you can recast. It won't just be exclusive pieces of gear. It can also be normal pieces of gear that can be quads. Incredible. Truly incredible. Let's get into it. There's a new achievement. I did a whole video on this, so go watch that video. Essentially, once you have maxed out both gear dungeons, you've beaten them to stage 13, you can get, through achievements, the reward of a free legendary hero soulstone. This is a polished soulstone, the kind of soulstone you can use on lords, arguably the most valuable resource in the game, and arguably the rarest, or probably second rarest resource in the game. I'd say reset books are still rarer. Phenomenal. I will be streaming Gear Dungeon 2 this weekend to beat it on my own account. I haven't even looked at it yet. Once I beat it, I'll put out a guide the next day, basically, and then, yeah, hopefully that helps a bunch of people. Phenomenal. They've added achievements related to the Trial of Esotericists, so more achievements once you beat stuff, freebies. They've expanded the Trials of the Esotericists. That's going to go up to stage 18. Previously, it was expanded to 15 from 12. Now it's going from 15 to 18. They've improved the Tide Onslaught rewards. After 151, instead of getting rare Demon Soldier shards, we're getting legendary Demon Soldier shards. That is so much better. So when you do your quick clears of Tide every day, phenomenal. They've optimized the reward claiming requirements for Honor's Gauntlet. The requirements for weekly matchups and weekly victory chests have been reduced from 20 to 15, so you don't have to do as much to max it out. They've optimized the awakening feature. So after you meet the requirements for 3- and 4-star heroes, you can awaken them multiple awakening levels at once. So if you had multiple copies or multiple soulstones for rares and epics, you can max them out quickly in just one go. Nice quality of life, pretty minor, but still nice. Number 7, actually, I think is fantastic. They've optimized their usage reminders for important items. They've added a confirmation step when you're about to use a legendary hero soulstone or an unpolished legendary soulstone. Essentially, if you're gonna go use a soulstone and you might be using it on the wrong unit, they've made a failsafe. So you go, you click it, and it says, you are about to use a legendary hero soulstone, or you are about to use an unpolished legendary soulstone. Are you sure you want to do this? And then you have to manually type the word confirm with a capital C. So there's no room for mistakes and error. I really like that. They've also optimized the display of guild quest completion status. That's great. They've updated the skill status icons for certain heroes. Now number 10, the biggest one we already covered. Number 11, they've optimized certain things in the early game progression. They've optimized feature unlocking, so when it happens, they've optimized the rewards for the 7-day search event. We'll talk about that in 1 second. They've optimized the requirements and rewards for certain storyline quests. They've increased the rewards for specific campaign stages. And then anyone who had already beaten those stages, I talked about in yesterday's video, we got this crazy compensation of a little bit of XP and 800 diamonds. Finally, they've optimized idle rewards. I think these are like the farming rewards with the harbor and the lumber with Narvi. The key thing here, just going back to number 11 to wrap this up, is all of these, from what I've seen, are completely player-friendly. They're all to the player's benefit. The one I want to focus on is number 2, so I guess 11.2. These optimized rewards for the 7-day search event. You now get Eliza for free on day 2. So you get an epic Piercer Lord on day 2 that is broken powerful. Also, the scripted summon, when you start playing this game, the first summon previously was guaranteed to be a random epic marksman. Now it's Navros. You might still get the random epic marksman, I haven't confirmed that, but you're guaranteed to get Navros right when you start summoning. So Navros, amazing mage for early game progression. On day 2, you're getting Eliza, so the Piercer Lord problem is forever solved for everyone. You at least have Eliza. That is amazing. Day 3, you get Mari. There are better other things too. But all in all, I love this update. Thank you guys so much for watching. We did come in under time, which is amazing. I've been Fastidious. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel, share with your mother, like this video, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.